Uh, uh, uh. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Welcome to the show, you know. Monica, Mo, justice in the mix. Bringing truth with no tricks. Mama Mo, here we go. Welcome to the show, you know. Monica, Mo, justice in the mix. Bringing truth with no tricks. Saturdays our day to shine. Focus on books and storylines. Courtroom drama commentary. Keeping it real, never scary. Mo justice dropping wisdom. Weekend vibes, you can't miss them. Open your mind, let the truth be told. From the cases big to the bold. Deep dive into legal scenes. Breaking down what justice means. Analyzing every clue we find. No stone left unturned, no mind left behind.
Okay, good afternoon and welcome to Mo Knows featuring me, Mo, Monica Mo Justice. Okay. Oh, where are we today? All right, listen. Listen. The world of the YSL is all up in arms. Why they up in arms? They up in arms because Law and Crime is doing a documentary on, I guess, the YSL trial. Maybe they're doing something on Thug. I don't really know. But somebody has been playing, I think it's jail visits. So let's set up the scenario. A person is arrested on a RICO charge, right? I gotta walk you through the whole thing so you understand what's going on here, right? You can understand the issues that are before the folks in Georgia, okay? So you have the prosecution, the state, right? The government. The government filed the government got an indictment on a group of men. And they arrested them, they indicted them, and then they arrested them. Okay? And they told the court, listen, these people are so dangerous that we need you to keep them because they can't meet the Iola factors, right? The Iola factors, right? Which means that we've arrested them based on these allegations, and the grand jury has found that we have enough probable cause to move forward with a trial. And we feel that these people should be retained in custody because they are a risk of flight. They are either a danger. They could be one, some, or all of these things. They're either a risk of flight. That means they won't come back and go to trial. So we need you to hold them. They will either be a danger to the community. They will continue to engage in these activities that we arrested them for. So that means that they could commit more crime while we're trying to retain them for this. And some of these charges are so egregious that we will keep them incarcerated for a significant period of time. So we don't need to have them out on the street now. They are at risk of intimidating others, right? So we don't want them to intimidate witnesses that are lined up to testify, right? So we're asking you to hold them, right? These people, hey JJ, these people are now trying to set themselves up to prepare for their prosecution, but they're behind bars. Okay, so that's the scenario. So as you may or may not know, That's called jail. And people are just detained in jail. Everyone in jail is not guilty until they have had their day in court and a jury of their peers, or however they choose to have their case determined, comes to a decision and finds them guilty. All right. So in the meantime, between time, while you're being held in this trial state, right, you get visitors. That's what happened to Thug. Thug got some visitors, and the visitors' interactions with him are recorded. And apparently, based on the FOIA request, they can be requested by whomever puts in the FOIA request, whoever files the application. That's how I've heard it. Whoever files the application, and then they, for a fee, will receive the material. So apparently, someone, or law and crime, let's just say a network, because I'm not sure about all the particulars, and I'm saying again, Dougie, which is Doug Weinstein, upset and taking this personal and saying, hey, you can't do Thug like this. Hello, Weinstein. Hello, Earth to Weinstein. Your client was Jack Gotti, who is still in jail. If you want to direct some of your energy to helping him get out, that would be greatly appreciated. But instead, he says, I am great at this civil type of stuff, right? This intellectual property, this invasion of the person's rights, this making a documentary about this person's stuff. I'm all here for it. He's like, Yak, hit me up. Show me the numbers. And we'll go all in. All Yak gotta do is say the word. Yak wants out of jail. Can you say the word for that? Like, I'm sitting there listening to, I don't know what they played. I don't know if it was a TikTok, because I'm not going looking for him on TikTok. I didn't go on Instagram. I didn't go on none of those things. I just seen people play it. Because once I hear Weinstein, I get so furious. So now he's outraged about civil issues when he still got a man incarcerated. Man down. Thinking about this, what is a documentary? A documentary is an official piece of written, printed, or other matter, right? It officially documents somebody, an event. What is a documentary in terms of it being, I guess, in the television world or in the movie world, the radio world? It's a movie or a TV or a radio program that provides a factual record of what happened. So I'm saying at this point, what are they dealing with? They dealing with conversations that were recorded at the prison. For what purpose? I don't know what the purpose of the jail making those recordings are. So if you feel like this is a civil rights violation for a person who's being detained before they've been convicted, and you feel like they should have the same privacy rights that they would have if they were out in the street, right? Because they're only being held with no bond, right? But in the street, they would have had the right to talk to their family members without being recorded, to have, visits to their home without being recorded. If you want some semblance of what would be in a real scenario if a person was on bond, then you need to say that. You need to put in place, again, an action plan where you go down to your legislators and you change the laws so that this cannot happen. Getting mad at law and crime is the reason why, in my opinion, is the reason why this was released at this time. I believe that Law and Crime is going to cover the next phase of the trial. And as we saw in the first phase of the trial, there was a lot of hanky panky going on. There was a lot of crazy stuff going on in that world. And I don't think that Fulton County wants that evidenced any further. So, what better way to get people all in a frenzy? Few things. Doug is saying don't watch this. If people don't watch it, right, people boycott this, right, it might tell Law and Crime that there's no audience for YSL II, that the interest is gone, and then there'll be no coverage, and those people will be railroaded like the ones that could have been railroaded in the first case. This removes transparency. Listen, there's a lot of things going on wrong right now. We're seeing a system that's turned upside down. You've got the vigilante, the healthcare vigilante. New York never has cameras in the courtroom. We saw an arraignment from the start to the end with another perp walk the other day. Something unprecedented happened, right? Now we know that there's no prohibition in New York for cameras in the courtroom, but they let the cameras in to show this, right? Public opinion is the biggest reason why things change, right? When, there was a change of judges in the middle of the first YSL trial because public opinion made them look silly. You've got to leverage the public in a better manner. I don't understand Doug Weinstein. I don't understand his positions. I am so the one defendant that I particularly have an interest in was Jack Gotti because of all the different things he's been in his life, right? What they need to be doing right now is protecting every part of the you need to look at your client in its holistic view, right? If Thug and company are these big social people, then what y'all should be doing right now, you see how this documentary is going down? Now y'all should be pulling all their visits, pulling all those conversations, copywriting them for yourselves, and getting the exclusive rights to your client's story. The only person who should be telling about their experience through this whole trial and thing should be the defendants themselves. No one stopped them from making, as I know it now, no one has stopped them from being able to capitalize on their experience. But what we're seeing is that other people want to capitalize on it. To keep the cameras in the courtroom, there's going to have to be some give or takes. I know this is not the position that most folks are taking because they're seeing this as being a blatant disrespect to those, to Thug in particular. People are saying, was there expectation of privacy? Like, yeah, there is an expectation of being able to interact with people when you're in a state of your process where you're still innocent until proven guilty. So I've heard people say, well, their rights are taken away. You don't have no rights. They were being held without bonds. They had a right to be safe. They have a right to be in living conditions that are adequate, not inhumane. You're preventing them from being in their own environment, then you need to at least make sure that the environment is equivalent to what a person on bond would have. I just feel as if the time has come to to bottle up that anger and put it in processes and changing the process, updating the processes, rewriting some of these laws that now you see the loopholes between them, right? And deal with it. I don't know what Tubu is. I don't know none of that. So I don't know if I'm gonna be watching something on Tubu. I don't know. Law and crime definitely have changed the direction that that they put out the cases lately. Right? You can see that. You see that change. But that change is meeting the needs of some particular audience. If it doesn't suit your fancy, then you shouldn't pursue it. You should just keep moving on. Just keep it moving. But nevertheless, there's going to be more of this. I'm sure this will be another discussion. I just wanted to come out here and put my 2 cents on it because it's something that I saw brewing for the past couple of days. And I think there's more to come, but I hate being part of the population that's always complaining with no resolutions. So I hope as people continue to express their discontent with this process, right, that they also find ways to address it so that it doesn't continue. There's no repeat offenders of this if you feel that way about it. I need to see people. I think it was a great thing to have people protesting. It was a small protest group, but it shows a commitment. People just need to stay vigilant. I mean, I wish there was more that I could do from my end. I wish I could think of a way to be a more contributing factor. But at this juncture, and from where I stand and where I sit, I think this is the best. This is the best information I could put forward in hopes that it makes a difference. All right. If you got any questions, comments, or you see things a little differently, hit me up in the comments below. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up, cuz? Let's talk about it in the comments. Let's see if we can map out a plan. If you guys would like to discuss this further, we can have a panel. And see what we can brainstorm and come up with, and see if there's anybody that can help move this story along in a different direction. But just remember, boycotting, law and crime may just be what they want you to do as the average viewer, as a way of pulling out the cameras out of YSL II. We need more cameras in the courtroom to see transparency. We probably need less cameras in people's visits to try to get into people's business. Can you imagine? Just it's crazy. Anyway, and why can't folks realize that that's the environment that they're in and not give into? I mean, I can't. When I say environment that they're in, I'm talking about being a visitor and knowing that you're being recorded. But I've heard some other people talk about the recording process and so on and so forth. And the complacency around here just kills me, right? When you see something being done wrong to disenfranchise a group of folks, right? Even if they are folks that you've taken away their privileges to. There are people that come here in this country that don't have any rights, that they give them more rights than the people that live in this country that are citizens, who should have the rights. They give more rights to the outsider than they give to us, the citizen. Man, protect your energy. This is Mo. I've got to go.
Gather round, it's time to see justice served thoughtfully. Books and cases join the ride. Wanna come with justice by your side. Oh, justice dropping